Boom! Hey, Mark the Guitar Guy back again. This time I've got a really cool video for you guys because I'm going to explain something to do with capos. Where's a capo? This is a capo. These things right here. And when you got one of these on here, how do I figure out what chord I'm doing? If I'm doing a shape there and I'm playing, what is that? That's a G, right? It's a G. But to a keyboard player, to a bass player, no idea what that is. Let's figure that out real soon. Hey, Mark the Guitar Guy back here. I'm here to help you play better, sound better, and feel better about your playing so other people can enjoy it too. So today we're going to be looking at something that I get asked a lot of questions about because I do play with a capo. One of these bad boys right here. How do I know what chord I'm playing when I'm playing with a capo? Oftentimes when we learn with a capo, we'll treat the capo as 0. In our normal playing, that's like G, that chord would be G, just normal G, there's a C, there's a D, there's an E minor, right? But it's not that to a keyboard player or a bass player because they haven't got a capo on. And so they're like, what? What chord is that? If they're trying to play along with you. So it gets a bit confusing. Or if no one's got a capo and you have, you've got to let them know what the chords are. So let's look at how we do that. Now it's really simple to do, but you do need to know two things. The top string, all the names of the notes. The E string, right? And the A string, all the names of the notes on the A string. There is a reason for that. Even the D string, but not such a big deal. We can do the top 2 strings definitely. If you don't know what those are, then go and check out my video on how to learn all the names of the notes on the guitar or something like that. Cool title, probably not that, can't remember what it is, but it's awesome and it'll be somewhere here. How do we do that? Let's take a look at this. Capo is on the 3rd fret. I'm gonna play a G chord. What we do is we look for the bass note of that chord. So in the case of a G, I know that this finger right here, that note that I'm playing on the top, on this top string here, is my bass note, right? That's my root note. Now if I imagine the capo not to be there, I can tell what that note is. So if I take the capo away and leave my finger where that note is, we can see what note that is. It's not a, if you go from the top, E, F, G, A, it's a B flat or an A sharp. So there's my B, it's a B flat. I'd call that a B flat. So sure enough, there's a B flat chord, and if I play a B flat bar chord, you can hear it's the same. So that's literally how I do it. I find the bass note and I look at whether it's a major or minor. So there's my G, that's a major shape, and it's playing, there's my bass note, therefore that's my bass note and it's a B flat major. Different ways of playing that, pretty cool. What if it's the same capo position but I'm playing a C shape? Well, this is my bass note right here, this C note, this note right here. So that's my 3rd finger playing that note on the A string. Now that note, if I take the capo away, we can see what that is. It's not a, there's a C, there's a D, it's an E flat I'm playing right there, or a D sharp, depending on how you look at it. So there's my E flat chord. Technically, it's an E flat that I'm playing right there. Pretty cool. Let's test it out a bit. Let's put it in some weird spots. Let's say capo on 5th fret right now. E minor shape. Okay, here's my E minor. Now the capo is on the 5th fret. My bass note, by the way, here's my E minor. My bass note is the top string on this, the 6th string, open string. So that's going to be the root note, and I'm playing a minor chord. So that's going to be, if I take that away, that's an A. So it's going to be A minor. Let's have a listen. A minor. Put the capo back on, playing E minor. E minor shape. A little bit of a different way of looking at it. So let's look at it another way. Let's go up another fret, and I'm going to play C shape. Okay, C. My C, my bass note's right here, it's a major. It's playing that fret right there. If I take the capo away, there's an E, there's an F, there's an F sharp. I'm playing an F sharp major. If I take that away and I play a bar chord, F sharp major, you can hear that again. Cool way to do it. Now let's do a D chord, see what happens. So I'm gonna chuck the capo here on the 4th fret, which is probably a really ugly spot. And I'm gonna play a D shape. So my D, my 4th string is now my bass note, okay? If I take the capo away and leave that finger where that bass note is, we can figure out by reverse engineering. So it's an F sharp major. Here's an F sharp major. Here's my capo back on 2. We'll see. Back on 4. There's my D chord. Now we can actually use this in opposite order. So for example, let's say I'm playing a song, C, that's the chord I want to do, and I want to use a capo, and I'm like, oh, normally the other guy in the band's playing C, but I don't want to play C because they're already doing that. So why don't I use the capo and find another way to do that? Well, I could use the bass note on the top string. There's the C there, but I could use the C right here. And so I could put the capo in that position and play an E major shape. I'm in a different spot. I can make it the same chord, but in a different place. So they're playing a C, I'm going, okay, I'm going to get capo on 8 and play that version. Another way of doing it is capo on 5 playing a G shape, because here's a G major. Now that sounds kind of advanced, I'm going quite fast. I just wanted to show you how easy that is to do it. So mainly the rule is, wherever the capo is, don't just ignore it, play the guitar. Whatever chord you're doing, you want to let them know what it is, look at it, and then look at it without the capo and find out what that bass note is, and away you go. Major or minor, you can sort that out. Hopefully that makes sense. That was really, really quick. Probably had too many coffees. But if you like what you see, please like, subscribe, go to my Patreon if you want to get some stuff every single week. I'm dropping new content in there, so you've always got something to practice, and I explain it thoroughly, and you can actually get to know me personally through that as well. Anyway, let's get out there and play some guitar and figure out how to play a capo in a weird spot, like a random position. What is that chord? I'll leave that with you. Leave it in the comments below.